Here we have a fan-requested comparison between Goodvito, Vitaly Ugolnikov, and William Bonac. These guys received 10th and 9th place, respectively, at the Mr. Olympia event, the 2025 Mr. Olympia event. And I heard some people say that it was simply because Bonac, he's been around for so long, that he got the victory over Goodvito. And Goodvito, he needs to, there's a pecking order, what have you. He needs to earn his stripes before they give him his just placings, his just desserts, things of that nature. But I don't know. I looked at all of these poses, and I'm not so sure that is the case, but from this front double bicep pose, I can see where people get that impression. William Bonac, it's not his best pose. He is like a Tom Platz, like I often say, a little bit of a slow starter, which means his first two poses maybe not the best. And as you get into the meat and potatoes of this matchup, I think you will agree that William Bonac, I believe that he did earn his place ahead of Goodvito, Vitaly Ugolnikov. Now, for sizing purposes, things of that nature, it gets a little hazy. This is a side-by-side, I guess. I think they didn't want these guys to stand side-by-side. I don't know. I don't get it. But even in this shot here, you can see that Goodvito, he's a big unit. And Bonac, maybe not the biggest in this pose, but we will see some shots that do show William Bonac's his good muscles. But as is, you can clearly see the physique. The physique alone, I think, gets an edge for Goodvito over William Bonac. William Bonac, at one time, some of the better arms in the IFBB, but he's no spring chicken, and that happens to the best of them. You don't look as good in certain shots, and this is absolutely one of them. Now, the front lat spread, this is actually the two bucks on the same stage, and I wanted to have a prejudging and a finals for each pose, and we don't have that available. We do have a prejudging and finals for both back shots, though. So, just in case you were wondering, yes, I tried for both versions, and we will, like I said, for the back shots. But this is not fair at all. You can't really judge this one. Not the best pose for either guy, I would suggest. Probably an edge for Bonac. I don't know. Here is the side chest. Advantage, Bonac. And keep in mind, front lat spread slightly inconclusive. I would wager to say Bonac may have gotten an edge in that one. And in the side chest, yes, Goodvito, he looks good. Wheels, size on them, He's got a good physique. Upper body, great big man's chest, arms. What makes up a side chest? But when you glance over at Bonac, he appears to be twice as hard, twice as grainy, and look at the biceps, just bulging out. Is it just me, or does Bonac look way too big? Look at the size of his lower half, calves included. I told you this guy had some of the best calves, probably the best calves from the side point of view. So I actually had to look at a side by side, kind of. Like I said, they put them on the bookends. But even here, you can see that Bonac, the side leg, he's the best guy up there. He has the best calves, easily. So when you look at the actual side chest, I think Bonac wins this one hands down. Side tricep time. And it is Bonac's time to shine. Something about both side shots, really, for Goodvito, Vitaly Ugolnikov, that I do not think that he is reaching his potential. Look at the lower half again on Bonac. There was a time that his legs started to recede in size, like 2019 or something of that nature. But it looks like he has bounced back. Looks like he is 100% present, one of the two. It looks like he is almost his old time self. So from the side, I just prefer the packages that William Bonac brings over Goodvito. Now here is the back. Here's the back pose. Goodvito's pretty good, folks. Condition's not bad at all. There is actually an argument that says that Goodvito would defeat William Bonac in the back lat spread. Bonac, yeah, he's good. He used to be wider. Thick lat insertions, good traps, things of that stuff. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I promised you folks, this is the prejudging. Now they do the 2-day show. Here is the finals. Was any one of these two guys more conditioned, less conditioned? I don't know. They're hitting the pose a little bit different. One was leaning back, one was leaning forward, and then they switched up. So take it for what it is. Bonac is solid. Condition looks great. Goodvito, his condition, it's not bad at all. You really look at those glutes, and Bonac, he may be in tighter condition, but I do prefer Vito in the actual pose. Here is the back double. Wow! This Goodvito, he must have a 6'9" reach with his arms. Look at that. He's a cow. Great big fucking cow out there. Fuck. Can you imagine? Get out of my way, he'd be like when he goes to hit that rear double. But all seriousness, Bonac, the years that have been going by, they're not doing any favors to the V-taper of his back. And I know that sounds mean. Would I say it to his face? Probably not. But I said it, and I put it on the video, and I sure hope you don't grab a hold of me, Bonac. Love you, big man. You're awesome. But in terms of the back, Goodvito, he's looking pretty good. It's actually not bad in this matchup. Here is the finals. And you know what? I think I might take it back. I might take it back. I said Bonac deserved his placing, and condition-wise, maybe he did. Maybe he is more peeled. You can see a slight layer of water on the badonkadonk, on the glutes of Goodvito, Vitaly Ugolnikov, and Bonac pretty much perfect. But for a picture comparison, which shows potentially what you could be seeing on stage. Obviously, when it comes to a guy like Bonac, there is enough people that say live on stage he is so much more impressive. And Goodvito, maybe not as impressive as the pitchers would say. Just seems to me that he does not get the placings that he should when you do these comparisons. But having said that, Bonac, condition, great. Goodvito, his back, it's maybe not the best in the IFBB, that's for sure, but he has improved, and it's still a force to be reckoned with. Like I said, he is literally, he's a bovine. He's a great big buffalo. What the hell? Here is the abs and thigh, an easy one for Goodvito. Well, he's winning. But you can see clearly Bonac, he is just as shredded, or probably more shredded to the diced, more conditioned. When it comes to the thin skin, the wheels, even in the midsection there, you can see Bonac, he brought a tight package. This is actually a pretty good, solid version of William Bonac. But is it beating Goodvito, Vitaly Ugolnikov? There is one more pose to decide, and it is the crab position most muscular. And somebody got into Goodvito's ear and suggested that this was the coolest version of the most muscular. I think he's going down a little bit too low. It's not as classy, you see, as I think it could be. Like a Michael Crezo or somebody like that just does it just enough. He's going down a little bit too low. Kind of takes from the pose. Other than that, Bonac, he's your traditional, classic Bonac. Always good in the pose. He's never the best. Farther away from being the worst. It's a close one. And of course, the final say on this me giving my opinion. And if it seems like I'm judging it, I am judging it to get to my opinion. I noticed one guy commented, and he said, Mark's Max Muscle, he says he's not a judge as he's judging them. A judge would have a say on who's winning. This is just for my opinion. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm just trying to be friends with you guys. Not every one of yous. Some of you guys have people tied up in the basement and things of that nature. Well, I don't want to be their friend. You can watch my videos just fine, but you know what I mean. And my final thought is that I changed my mind. It's not a rip-off by any means, but I actually prefer Goodvito, Vitaly, Ugolnikov in this one. Now, there is a strong possibility that if you were there, live on stage, if you had a good front row seat, you could see Goodvito. He had a little layer of water on him. And Bonac shredded to the diced. If that was the case, and I'm not saying that for sure, Vito, I wasn't there. But if that was the case, then yeah, I can see how Bonac got the victory. But, and here is another crab position from the finals. And I think he looks a little bit better in this one. He looks a little bit... He's not going down quite as far. He's going down pretty far, though. How low can you go, Goodvito? Get a top 5 place next year, I think. This upcoming Olympia, there is going to be a new crop. This was a transitional year. You still had your Bonacs and your Currys, a couple of other older folks that are still in there, and I call them older respectively. You know, they're the older guys that are still competing. They were great in their time, and they're still heck on wheels. Hit thumbs up on the video, folks. Let me know. Am I totally blind on this one? And if you were there, if you had a good seat, let me know. Was Bonac that much more shredded to the diced? Or are we looking at a guy that has to pay his dues before he gets his doo-doo? It's a good song. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Have a great one, folks. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, hey. Here are the heroes in a clam sauce. Oh,